No, just like you. I mean it though. Right. Anyway. Talk to me. Shots on me, baby, tell me what you're drinking. What's on your mind, baby, tell me what you're thinking. Been thinking about you, I've been thinking about Lincoln. Penny for your thoughts like Abraham Lincoln. Been thinking about you for at least 3 weekends. Agent like wine, body fine, no critiquing. Mind keeps pondering, hand keeps wandering. Assume the position, lots of touching and following. Live in the moment, fuck what could have been. Don't wanna miss out on love, but what should have been. I'm killing it, I can tell you've been feeling it. Been on your mind all day, like ventriloquist. Still think about the first time I hit that. Valentine's Day, the box came to me, gift wrap. Think about me like I think about you. Tell me what you won't do, baby. Yeah, yeah. You can think about me, baby. You can think about me. Yeah, hey. You can think about me, baby. You can think about me. Come on, I love that. Yeah, tell me you can think about me, baby. You can think about me. Hey, hey. You can think about me, baby. You can think about me. Hey,
Yo, 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 it's your boy, Chef Disaster. You already know what it is. Smash that like button. Peace and love, spread love, not hate. Today we got a food for thought for you. Hope that you can enjoy the content. Please share the stream if you can. Like it, show support in all kind of ways. I appreciate it. Let's go. Social Balance TV, food for thought. It's your boy, Chef D. Let's get it. KO Confusion. Do you think about me? That was that last track. Here's another one by KO. On God. Let's go.
let's pray. Yeah, on God, man up above. OG, yeah. Everything I came for, everything I'm looking for. Yeah, on God. On God. On God. Yeah. I'ma get everything I came for, everything I'm made for. Let's get it. On God. On God. On God. Let me talk. I don't wanna fight now. I don't wanna shoot. I don't wanna kill my eyes. So what else can we do? Maybe put down. Pick up a smile, put down the drugs, and pick up a child. When's the last time you loved yourself? It's been a while. I can tell you never helped the soul. That's not your style. I don't care what you know. I don't care about your plans. Give a fuck what you think, cause I know who I am. I'ma get everything I can for. That's the plan. Do you swear to tell the truth? Your honor, raise your right hand. I'ma take the high road. Let that shit slide. Time to move forward like an Uber X ride. If the trauma is the pain I felt deep inside. Like an autobiography, I'm trying to save a life. I'm waking up older. Gotta think twice. I put this on God, hard work and sacrifice. Let's go. Everything. Oh God. I put that on. Oh God. Yeah, God. Lord knows. Yeah. I swear to God. Oh God, yeah, oh God. I said The streets still was up with me. Rappers can't fuck with me. Spoil up media, a broadcasting company. Way too many letdowns, dealing with drama. Back and forth to court, still fighting my baby mama. Didn't wanna hustle, man. I did it for my kids. Background check, no callbacks. It is what it is. I make you a believer. Follow how I flow. It's like Keith spitting the Remy. I'm talking to your soul. No, I'm not an atheist. Don't believe in God, but the faith got a success that got me this far. I've been doing what works for me, fighting adversity. Gotta be a believer when dealing with uncertainty. Gotta be actively active to inspire. God is the truth and the devil is a liar. Yeah, I put this on God. God is the truth and the devil is a liar. Everything I make on God, on God, on God. All I get everything I think from, everything I make from, on God, on God, on God.
Yes, sir. It's your boy, Chef Disaster. Welcome to the stream. We got another great episode for you. I don't know if you've been here for food for thought, but this is where I give you something you get to analyze. You get to hear me give you know, my opinion on the topic. Today's topic, food for thought, is I am just a man and what is masculinity. You know, so I give my opinion, sometimes facts because I base it off my own life. So therefore, it's a fact if I'm basing it off the facts. But that's either here nor there. That's not the discussion we're trying to have tonight. Peace to those that are in the chat. I appreciate y'all coming. Um, Today's topic is definitely one I seem to come across a lot, and sometimes I go, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on to the next. But this time, when I heard another YouTuber talking about it, it kind of like I'm just tired of hearing the logic of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? What a man should be, what a man got to do, what defines a man, this, that, and the third. You know, and a lot of people they get their rocks off on defining what a man is or what a man should do or what decision a man should make. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it really don't matter to you what the next man do. So how can you define what a man is? You can define what type of man you are, or the type of man you may want to come, you may want to be. But you can't put, a definition out there and say every man that's born here on earth falls under that umbrella. Because that's just not the case a lot of the times. You know what I mean? Like me, I define what type of man I am by my actions and my decisions. I'm not sitting back waiting for somebody else to say, "Oh yeah, yeah, you definitely that kind of man." No, I'm giving them the content. I'm giving them the facts and the actions and the consistent decisions after consistent decision so they can understand what I'm trying to be, what kind of legacy I'm trying to lay down for myself, and what type of person I am when it comes to making decisions. You know what I mean? A lot of people out here be goofy and be playing, and they don't have no idea of how to determine what type of man they is because they clout chasers. You know what I mean? They do it for the clout. So if you're doing it for the clout, what kind of man are you? Because you obviously doing it for the clout for a bag to feed your family. So can I be mad at you for doing it for the bag to feed your family and say you're less of a man because of that? I could, but what's the sense of that? What's the sense of that? So how can you define? And it's crazy because you know the YouTuber was really 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 hell bent on Papoose. I don't know if y'all know Papoose or whatever or whatnot. He's another um rapper, behind the scene person. He got this wife named Remy Ma. She's another rapper. She got a little music out there. She used to fuck with Terror Squad back in the day. And her husband is Papoose. So this particular YouTuber was bent on saying Papoose failed at being a man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say I'm gonna say it like this. Yo, American Negro, what up, my G? Good to see you. Golden Black 181, what's going on? Appreciate you. Not shocked at all about Pop and Remy. Word. I'm not shocked neither. I'm not shocked neither. Um, I'm not shocked because things that usually happens when people have their input on your relationship or how things are going, it usually is gonna add added pressure to the relationship and make the relationship more likely to fail because of the added pressure. Because we all know, those of us that have been in a serious relationship, we know that added pressure does what? Bust pipes. You know what I mean? So any kind of added pressure to a relationship can make things pins and needles, thin ice, walking on thin ice, tiptoeing around, stuff like that. Being secretive about stuff. You know, um, your relationship is under attack not only by people that dislike you, but by people that's supposed to love you too. Because truth be told, a lot of people don't want to see you happy. Either because they not happy and they don't think there's gonna be why do you deserve to be happy when they couldn't be happy? Some people have that type of energy. Some people have that type of energy. So let me get back to what I was saying. So for you to get up and antagonize and chastise that man, basically dehumanize the man for going to see his wife while she was locked up. I mean, if I'm crazy, say I'm crazy. But if my wife did something and I'm supposed to be holding her down and she gets locked up, I'm not supposed to go see her. I'm not supposed to support her, even if she tells me. See, the YouTuber argument was, oh, she was saying, oh, I don't want you to be coming up here every day to see me, so just stop doing it. You worry about getting money. In that, in that, I see a person in that statement alone from Remy Ma to Papoose. What I hear is a woman that's been doing her thing for a long time without the help or aid of a man, which is fine. That women fought for their independence and they deserve everything that they get. You know what I'm saying? From it. But I hear a woman saying, "I'm good. I got this. It ain't nothing but a little bit of jail time. I'm gonna do my time. Because that's the culture that she come from. She come from Terror Squad and everything and all of that. If you're followed, then you know. Or if you want to find out, just look up Remy Ma earlier career, who she ran with, the Terror Squad, Fat Joe, Big Punisher, Cuban Links, all of them out there in the Bronx. Pistol Pete, shout out to Penthouse Pete. You know what I'm saying? But Remy Ma was like on some hold it down. I know you got stuff to do while you out. You don't need to worry about me. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of my homies that went in, even the little time I went in, I ain't want nobody worrying about me. I mean, you need help, of course, but when you get in there, it's every man for themselves. It's survival of the fittest. So you can't just be sitting back hoping somebody gonna hold you down. Because not only do you don't want to do that to them, you want to be your own in there. You want to hold your own down. So I felt like that's the energy she was giving Papu. Not you're a weak man. I don't want you coming up here. Not that. I don't think he was giving that. You know what I mean? So when I heard the person saying that, I felt some type of way. I'm like, damn, man, is this what other brothers is doing to other brothers? Is this what we doing when someone is trying to give a representation of what a man should be and how he should, you know, hold his wife down when she gets locked up and put behind bars? Like, who says Don't go see your wife when she locked up. Who has the audacity to say that? All right. So anyway, on to it. She has a first child. Her first child is by another man, not from the marriage of her and Papoose. So this guy, this YouTuber, is like, he's a sucker for holding her down. Taking care of her kid, her son. Another reason why she would be like, "Don't worry about me, worry about you," because she knows that now he's worrying about her son by another man. If that, what I'm saying, if that's the case, yeah, put all your resources and energy on our son from another marriage. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I hear. They heard some. This is what they took from it. Oh, he plotted to come up off of her when she got up. Like, her fame was so much bigger than his that he needed to hold her down. So when she got out of jail, he could come off, come up off of her experience. And I'm not the realest, truest hip hop historian, but I can say this. I damn sure can say this. Papoose been doing his thing for a while. He's been on the New York hip hop scene for a very long time, 10 and better 20. So I mean, he's already there. I don't know where they get off saying that he wanted to come off of her. He's been behind the scene. He's been a ghostwriter. He's been on a lot of projects. You know what I'm saying? And from just that, from holding his wife down, from holding his wife down, that just says stand up guy to me, not scammer, leash, this, that, and the third. Because we know what niggas really do when they wife go to the supermarket, less more to jail. They accuse this man of basically being weird and goofy because he claimed to be celibate the whole time his wife was locked down, didn't have no outside any reactions or entanglements with any other women that came to the limelight to embarrass their union. They were torching him on that. They were putting this man foot to the fire for those actions. To me, that says, hey, that's a stand-up guy. A lot of men should thrive to be like that. A lot more men should thrive to be like that. But are they? Nah, not at all. What we have here, for the most part, is clout chase. Controversy statements. You know, saying things about people that you really don't care about because they're rich and you're not. That's the only thing I could get from that. Because to take a situation, Remy Ma and Papoose, and turn it and twist it into that, that's goofy. As the younger people can say, that's goofy. Who does that? Um, right. So in that conversation, there was a time when the guy kept calling Papoose out for being masculine. He's like, "Oh yeah, Papoose has smacked somebody, but he's not. To smack somebody, that don't mean you masculine." That's one of the statements that he had said that made me say, "Hey, yo, what's up? What's up with that statement?" You know what I mean? And I'm in the chat and I'm saying, "What's up?" I already knew he wasn't ignoring me because I was putting these type of things in the chat because I just stand on what I believe in. So I'm saying what I'm saying to say that to say this. I post, I say what's up, I hit the like button because I'm not in there. You know what I mean? I'm just listening to the content or whatever or whatnot. I normally just stay low key and don't really say nothing, but the statements and things that I was saying made me come down out of the cloud into the chat. So I'm saying, I'm like, yo, why, why? He made a statement. He said, women are children, because he was saying women don't want a man to give them everything they want. Not that type of man because they're gonna cheat on them. Um, a lot of times, I mean, you can't see the mistake people make is covering up for the accuser. You don't even know you're covering up for the accuser by giving them an out. See, when you say things like, "Oh, a woman's gonna cheat on you because you give her everything you want," that's giving that person an out. No, a woman or a man, for that matter, you're talking about, cheat because that's just what they want to do, pal. That's what they want to do, buddy. A lot of the times, it's heat of the moment decisions, pheromones and shit like that happening. People being in heat like animals and in proximity of each other. So that's why people cheat. Not everything they want. I mean, a person is liable to stick around more, still cheat on you because you do that. Yeah, yeah, they'll continue to do that if you allow them to. Right? But by saying this about dehumanizes the person as, you know, and when I say dehumanize, is setting a legacy for those that follow, for the people to inspire to do things as he's done and be a trailblazer for the people that come behind him. Have that tarnished by someone for clout is goofy. When someone does something and you're an influencer, yo, what's up, or when someone does something and you're an influencer, you're supposed for the better half of the conversation, not for the part of the conversation that's going to continue on. That's going to be an endless cycle. We know why people cheat, but do we know why? Do we know and do the right thing and make the best family? Do we know why people do that? It's called loyalty, dedication, commitment, understanding. But no, that we don't see that on this platform. I didn't see that. What I saw was a misunderstanding of what a man should be. See, a man is based on woman too. It's not about being a man, but being a man is based on making the best decisions for you and those that depend on you for guidance, putting them in situations that benefits them and not hinders their growth. Wouldn't you say, as a man, what possibly his children can see is not the. I'm just saying, if you don't have the facts, if you don't have the horses with you, debate the statements that you're making about this individual. What is it for? It's only for those who will listen, and you're a good listening to that shit. Yo, what up, realist 100? I'm up here talking poos and remind, not basic off the rap joint. I know my boy Willis covered that stuff. Y'all want to get some of the backstory of Remy Ma and Papoose? Check out Willis videos on it. He's on my community wall. I shared him. He's in a bunch of my comments. He's in the comment section right now. Check that out. Do your research. For them to, because it was a man and a woman, for them to say that Papoose was wrong in some kind of way, to find wrong in a man visiting his wife, if he wanted to live up there, more power to him. But seeing his wife every day, find some wrong in that. To say he did for the clout and did it so when she came home, he can come up off of her. And then defining masculinity within that conversation using Papoose, who they already dehumanized, as the face for the conversation of what masculinity should not do. I'm giving my opinion on that. My food for thought. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody got something to say about it. I definitely had to touch all over it. You know what I mean? Whole pause. But when I feel my most masculine, I'm gonna be honest with you. It don't have nothing to do with sex. It's not a sexual masculine because in behind closed doors, a lot of people are not gonna know my behind closed doors, so you can't determine it that way, right? But you'll find people that, oh man, he's soft. He's me. I don't see no, I, you know, and you can't beat everybody because, you know, doesn't mean you're soft. You're rejecting the natural testosterone in your body. You feel me? Just that determines that. And if we're gonna put a measuring stick on it, if we're gonna put a measuring stick on, then it should be based off of the decisions that you make. So determine your own masculinity. Not some blogger, not some influencer, social media personality. Because not a near one can determine, not a near one. Because you know what? It's not what they say. My actions show. I just like to him and Remy Ma situation. I was in the chat, boom. I don't know if I was blocked or moderated. These moderators in these chats be freaking Action Jackson, bro. So I don't know if I'm posting it in the chat. I'm posting it. I even asked the dude, let's have the conversation prior to this stream about something else controversy because he likes saying controversial stuff that uh don't make no sense. And I just want to know. I just want to know, like, even raffle that statement. That's goofy. That's real goofy. Puzzling. Bad doing it for clout. Um, so which led me to say because of his actions. You see how that works? Because of his actions by saying what's up to everybody else in the chat and acknowledging nobody else's statement, but the statements that's going against what he's saying, which was mine, or I was blocked, either one, um, tells me what type of person you are a little bit. I'm not gonna say all the way because some things we can bounce back. That's the thing. That's the thing. Saying something about a person stone and people not allowed to have, a moment, bathe in their own grief and act repentment. They not allowed to get that neither. A second chance for those who don't understand the words that came out of my mouth. Pause. But yeah, peace and love. That's what your boy do. Hope you've been following my new thought stuff we're gonna touch on sometime this week. Happy holiday, you know. Happy birthday to those who were up. You know, shout out to those who continue to hit the like button, supporting your boy through the that I'm on. I appreciate you. Right up, you feel me, bro? Some of these people be doing it for clout. They do it all for clout, bro. All for clout. It's okay though. It's okay though. All right. It's like how they give no homo. You supposed to like suck on them. They good for you. Well, let me break it down to you like this. I don't know if any of y'all have ever I mean, it's not the best case. It's really good for you. So to go through that little bit of discomfort in my mouth, pause, to get all the benefits from the black seed oil is worth that. You know what I mean? Even though it's leaving that nasty ass taste in your mouth, it's still worth it to me. You got that? You see how a man makes a decision? Like I don't even care. Look, you can say what you want to say about me, right? But I'm gonna do whatever it is I want to do. You don't like it? Oh well. You don't gotta walk in my shoes. I'm quick to tell somebody that. You don't like what I do? You can out. Clock out. 'Cause at the end of the day, I gotta walk in these shoes. I gotta bear the burden that I put on myself. Not near one of you. No disrespect that fuck with your boy. So if I want to get with a woman, make 5 babies on top of the 5 babies that she got, and take care of all 10 of them kids like they was mine, and still lay rose petals at her feet as she walk across my carpet covered floors, then so what? What kind of man would I be if I didn't? Around here putting labels on niggas. Man, I hate when that's female right there. A female, no disrespect to the females that fuck with me, but those type of females that put labels on brothers and sisters feel the same way too. So, you know about the label game. I can't stand that, you know. But people do it. They do it. So to have someone of the same sex as you, demographically close to each other, DNA close to each other, upbringings. Sometimes brothers have the same experience, they just don't see it that way. Like if each brother told his story, a lot of brothers, I tell you like this, a lot of brothers will tell you a story. Yo, boom, I hustled, I went the route, I went the route I shouldn't have went. I turned my life around, went to jail, blah blah blah, for whatever charge I did, got out, turned my life around, got a family, started doing the right thing, and now I'm here. So many brothers got that story. I'm not mad, but it just shows the similarities that we have, that we do have. So when you talk about another brother, you basically talk about yourself. Goofy. Don't that make more sense? But I have emailed the person. I'm not just up here talking junk. You know, if they want to pull up, they know about it. They've been emailed. I hit them up on their Instagram. I hit them with the pull up. You put the link in the chat for anybody who want to come up and get a little piece on it. Yeah, there's that. Then there was that. And there was that. I'm just sipping a little Pinot Grigio white. Got my favorite kush in the air. You know what I mean? I heard certificate mess with your panic attack, your anxiety. That's what I heard. How many people know that to be true? How many people know that to be true? Yeah, we here, Steph. There's the link. If you want to come up, hit that link and give your opinion. We gotta have the conversation on this stuff, man. Tell me, tell me, tell me something that you says define what masculinity is. How do we define masculinity? How is masculinity defined? Can anyone tell me that? How is masculinity defined? And who? Who defines it? Do we let the women define what our masculinity is? Do we let other men define what your masculinity is? How is masculinity defined in your eyes? That's what I want to know. I mean, we heard it from the other YouTuber. Let's see. Let's see. So, let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. I'm gonna find it for you guys. How about that? Do one better. Let's do that. How you doing tonight, man? I hope y'all been enjoying yourselves and being safe out there, being conscious of what's going on. Hold on, let's find it. While we do that, sit you with a little bit of that. I'm gonna find the content of the guy saying what he was saying. The link is in the chat. Hit that link. If you bout that life, let's go. KO, do not disturb.
Rappers shaking now like the Marriott. My mind locked off, my already catch you slipping your Amy Winehouse. Like switch gears, I'ma grind out. Like hollow points, every ball blow his mind out. I've been drinking, I've been thinking, y'all. They crown you Prince and kill you all with the fitting all. You gotta know a nigga nice as fuck. I crush the competition and roll them in the dust. My eyes are lower than the credit score. I metamorphosized every other metaphor. I don't like you niggas. I uninvite you niggas. Deaf the humble rappers, ready to fight you niggas. They play that shit until your brain wash. You know I'm in the spot cause I ain't get the stand wash. I'm over 30 nigga. I'm over 30 niggas. Come at you neck for my respect. I'm James Worthy nigga. Woo. Let's take back. Do not disturb nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. My boss an accident. Nobody fucking with me. I don't play no type of game. Blame, do not disturb. Do not disturb nobody fucking with me. Hey, fuck what you heard. Nobody fucking with me. My boss an accident. Nobody fucking with me. I don't play no type of game. Blame, do not disturb. This Cali cushion still fucking with me. I gotta touch him just to see who really fucking with me. Yeah, and fuck whoever ain't fucking with me. I had to cut her cause she wouldn't stop fucking with me. I tried to treat you better, I came with good intentions. How could I ever let you put me in this position? You not disturb, you not fucking with me. I'm nice as hell on the microphone fucking with me. Everything I say, niggas fucking with me. Every day I smoke good, cops fucking with me. Yeah, I'm in my hood, niggas fucking with me. Yeah, now where you at, you not fucking with me. Do not disturb nobody fucking with me. Ay, fuck what you heard, nobody fucking with me. My boss an accident, nobody fucking with me. I don't play no type of games. Blame, do not disturb. Do not disturb nobody fucking with me. Ay, fuck what you heard, nobody fucking with me. My boss an accident, nobody fucking with me. I don't play no type of games. Blame, do not disturb. Nobody fucking Nobody fucking wild. I don't play no type of games. Do not disturb.
Yo, shout out to KO, do not disturb. On the video, yo. This video, because I don't want to get it straight. So I'm gonna find the audio and play the audio.
Jury of 6. The verdict Monday hours of deliberation found guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and
Now, comment in
in 2nd degree.
the Jonathan Majors case. You talking about Jonathan Majors there too. You got that's care about.
What put me through this?
You talking about Jonathan Majors here?
I think a lot of you dudes have seen this. Listen to this. Listen.
Here, do you understand that?
Yeah.
Because this seen hit a like button, hit a like button, hit a like button. He's seen this before in her, and he don't, because you can correcting her. I wouldn't be correcting nobody. Thing about it is, he's right.
You hear about just let a little bit play about Jonathan Majors. We got this and said some controversy stuff, so I want to review it. Here we
Miss this audio, protecting her, trying to get her. I'm not trying to get out. Number one, I want y'all to keep and remember the whole live stream is get out. Those are only live stream. Tell that person to get out. Listen.
all right. So you heard that piece fun the journal, but like anybody who ever been something with some, we can say get out. I got scratched. Some from that, some they did. We easy. It does not go. Oh, look, Shorty, get my phone and out. We would hope that would work, So yeah, remember that, but it's like how a person plays with your intelligence. You with landmarks. Remember, I tell you this. It like you the magician. I mean, could he be doing product? Is this YouTuber's content product? Because a lot of people are on here selling products. And if you're selling a product, then go ahead, fool back your product. That's what I say. But let's not push it like it's the real. Like just save your life one day. Because 9 times out of 10, the only thing that can save your life is you, your own self, and the decisions that you make to put yourself in those situations that can defy whether it's life or death for you. That's what making decisions, that's where it plays defining what type of man you are. At that moment, do you hit the woman to get your phone back? Do you say I can get another phone and get yourself out of that situation and safely to where there can be a median to get your phone back? Maybe a third person or persons getting involved to get your phone back. Those decisions decide what type of man you're going to be. Because one wrong move and you can be a man behind bars. You can be a man that's a murderer. Just one. Just one decision, my boy. I don't sound like a hater, but like sometimes, the things got to be talked about. The conversation. When you ask the person to have the conversation with you and they ignore you, then the conversation go on. Only with the facts, though. Now let me try to find this. I should have did my due diligence and had this already ready. Y'all bear with me.
Women and children, you have to understand that the child that is in front of you, which is this woman, she can ruin your life. So all this little I'm sorry.
All right. A child.
Telling a white woman
Said that he called women in the content.
You don't even know what the hell you talking.
I didn't have work. I worked in that situation. I support the work that needs to be a woman. And for them also. That's not you.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan.
And all they want to do is say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like a child. See, the difference between women and children, an actual woman can get you put in jail. An actual woman can ruin your life. You know, because I always say women are children. You have to understand that the child that is in, which is in, she can ruin life. I'm sorry.
Okay, you heard that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't talk about people. Like, I let them do it for themselves. So, not only did he call and he's talking about a child, he says he always calls women are children. He always says women are children. So, included, I just want to know. I mean, if you were here, you can answer this yourself. So, included in those women that call children, you have a daughter. Is she included in that? Is your own mother included in that, sir? Sir, I'm guessing all the women that you were with, all your divorces, and all of the women that if you have other engagements or arrangements or entanglements or whatever's going on, are all those women? And if all those women are children, then what does that say about you who continue to fuck with children? Riddle me that. Tell me that, sir. That's what I want to continue on. Let's find the drawing about Papoose, man. It's crazy.
And he meant malice and he meant harm, but he could have did. I'm gonna nicely ask you, hey, can I see what I just seen? Because what I just seen is something weird. Are you cheating on me? No, I'm not cheating. Can I see your phone? And they, okay, get out. That's it. I ain't fighting you. I'm not grabbing nothing.
See, again, everything is get out. I ain't fighting you. I ain't grabbing nothing. But what? Listen. Keep listening. Listen.
Charge. Get out. Over. It ain't no argument. It's over. I'm done. So the same thing with in a relationship, and she catches me, a chick or text shows up on my phone, and she's just like, "Yo, you know, last night was amazing" or whatever, and she's like, "Wait, huh?" Something just came across the screen that said last night was amazing. Phone. And now I have the ability to say yes or no. See what I'm saying? There's no snatching of my phone. And if I'm trying to hide something, most likely I'm.
That was a cool story. Hold on. I'm gonna get to it.
For discharging a firearm.
All right, here you go.
And guess what? If he was in Texas, if he was in Atlanta, he would not have got time. So will have an adverse effect on you. Why you act like only white women are problematic? No, I always talk about how black women are problematic, Kat. But black women are problematic in a different way. I personally think women are different in there's difference in toxicity. What's up, Tina?
Hey, love. How are you?
I'm good. So,
Hold on. I think I might have missed it with Papoose. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. It's a long video though. Bear with me.
Being nuts, whether it's a man or whether it's a woman, and they'll ignore it, right? So that's the actual problem, and that's the actual thing. What's up, Barbara? That I want to actually talk about, but how to avoid things from happening to you. Everybody hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like to another person's objective in this particular situation. She's not objective in what she's about to say. Not going to be objective. Situation like this, you're going to hear most of the don't want to get another woman. You just want to sit there and fight. I'm not fighting for nobody. If you one thing I do not play with, as we, I'm
gonna find it, yo. Yeah. I'm letting it play in my ears so that I don't bother you. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but yeah, he's saying some controversial stuff. I think he's like a controversial person, and that's just the way he gives it up. You know what I mean? Um, Definitely something that's in front. It's definitely triggered me, and that's just what it is. I'm trying to find it. What he talks about for you guys, but yeah, definitely triggered me. Really, like Papoose never down. I know he got cheated on, and she picked the other rapper guy or whatever or whatnot. Like relationship stuff happens. You know, people will go through these things. As y'all know, I went through my little spin. You know, I ain't spend the block on that again, but I went through it. When you pick somebody that you love and you say you love them, just because you go all out for them, don't make you any less of a man. And somehow, some way, it does in these spaces, on these panels, and in these conversations, where being the ride or die for your shorty isn't the route to go. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one the joke's on. The joke's gonna be on you, and I just don't feel like that. I don't think that's the way things should be. Like that's the conversation. Things are gonna be the way they are anyway. Like you can't avoid that. Oh, you know what I mean? That can't be avoided. I'm gonna find it.
See the block captain leaked audio about Remy Ma.
I found it. I
How
found
is
it.
it gonna work though now? Like even if you go back with the ball, right? Which all right, I'll come out, explain everything that happened, you're leaving with each other, you was cheating on ball, such and whatever
The
happened.
guy's talking about
all right, right here. I'm
Papoose
gonna jump in real
right now.
early. This is the situation with Remy Ma, Pat Poose, and Easy the Block Captain. Some of y'all may not know who the Easy the Block Captain person is, but there was speculation that Remy Ma, that is Easy the Block Captain, now audio from a conversation between him and another guy, literally or verifying that he sleep with this, and we got to talk about this. What's up, sir? Everybody hit the button, and I'll shout you out. Let's go.
Easy the Block Captain leaked audio about Remy Ma.
How was that going to work? How was
Now, I said what up and everything. He ain't say nothing to me. Like I said, I don't know if I'm blocked or not, because I did run across this dude before saying something that was controversial, and I just wanted to ask him some questions about it. I'm not mad or nothing. I want to ask questions. Like, I'm not hating. I mean, we dropped the link for people to come up and, say something against what we saying. And then some of these dudes, they run. They tuck their tail and run because they don't want to have the real conversation. And it's sad that people actually sit around and listen to this stuff, man, without questioning the person that's giving the message. They say, "Oh, don't kill the messenger." Well, I'm decapitating the messenger and the message at the same damn time. But let's get into it. You can't define masculinity by what a man does with a woman he wants to be with. And what he does to secure that woman is that man's own business. But let's get into it.
it going to work though now? Like, even if you go back with the ball, right? Which, all right.
And bull means boy. That's a Philadelphia slang. So when he says bull, that means boy or person.
I'll come out, explain everything that happened. You're using with each other. You was cheating on ball, such and such, and whatever happens. Let's say Love and Hip Hop pick it up. Y'all get back together. How does now? I get a bag. You know what I mean? I get a little bag. I get a little check, couple little. You know what I'm saying? Such and such a. You know what I mean?
So what this man is saying is ultimately that this little young dude, Easy the Block Captain, used Remy Ma to heighten his career, and now he sees an opportunity to get on Love and Hip Hop to be a character in Love and Hip Hop. So what I want to ask you all is, what do y'all think about this? We love to see.
All right. So you remember I told you he accused Papoose of using Remy Ma's status, the one she had when she was with Terror Squad, and she got locked up for shooting somebody, and Papoose is using that to get a spot on Love and Hip Hop so he can push his career. His wife. I mean, if that's his wife, I would say he's allowed to do that. But sometimes in these spaces, you're not allowed to use your wifey to come up off her. That's looked down upon. That's frowned upon. Oh, you used her. Well, guess what? Message. Women have been doing that for years, unabated. Shall we continue? So, like I said, I only talk about the fact. I'm not going to get all into the whole conversation. Um, let's see if we can find the part where he defines Papoose as a man and his masculinity.
Sit around and talk about how terrible men are, how men are this and men are that. What do you think about this? This woman literally starts cheating on her husband with another man, and the other man is literally about to utilize this whole cheating scandal to make money off of. You know, you women love to be all innocent. You know, I ain't do anything. It's always the men. The men did.
So now the guy that Remy Ma cheated with is also using Remy Ma to come up off her. She's just getting used all around the board. Could be true. Could not be true. I don't know. She doesn't take me as that kind of person. But what do I know? But I'm not gonna say what they do behind closed doors defines them. Says this about them. You know, that's what I'm not gonna do. Let me continue.
What about this? So we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna keep playing it, but this is very interesting.
Easy the block captain leaked audio about Remy Ma.
How is that going to work? How is it going to work though now? Like, even if you go back with the ball, right? Which, all right, I'll come out, explain everything that happened. You're using with each other. You was cheating on the ball, such and such, and whatever happens. Let's say Love and Hip Hop pick it up. You all get back together. How does now? I get a bag. You know what I mean? I get a little bag. I get a little check, couple little. You know what I'm saying? Such and such a. You know what I mean? I'm the boy that such and such a cheat. I'm around now. I'm a little. I'm too comfortable
Having you, and of course, you probably bring her son. So.
Yeah. All right. So with him letting that finish about the young bull, the boy, the person, as he explained what bull means. He's not even from Philadelphia, to my knowledge. Doesn't know the slang culture there. It's hearsay what that means to him, and that's fine. That's the decision he wants to make. The decisions that you make defines who you are. So if you continuously open your mouth and say things that are goofy, guess what? Guess what? But God, let me see if I can find it.
Stays with your girl while she in prison instead of you as a man getting out here and getting some money. And this is the problem. Men like this are an embarrassment to other men. See, women love to sit around and say, I would love to have a man like Papoose. No, you wouldn't. Because you'll cheat on him too, because he's lame. Like, from a biological standpoint, there are roles, and the roles are important. And a lot of you ladies don't want to imagine being in a role where a man is not holding you up at the top priority. What's up, Rachel? Like, you are not the priority, ma'am. If a man ever puts all of his effort in you, he prioritizes you instead of him prioritizing himself, you're not going to like the experience. Because women don't need that. See, women.
All right. So you just heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can prioritize myself and other people or persons at the same time, right? Is it a level of priority? Is he trying to talk about? Like because you can't have people in your circle. You invite them in. You tell them, "Hey, come in, let me get to know you," or you give your birth from, however the case may be. You prioritize them. However they got there, now there's a priority from you to them. And when you're a man, your priority, your level of protection is a priority to those people that are under you. So you have to prioritize that as well. Of course, you got to protect yourself so you're able to protect others, but there's a level to it. But I don't talk about people. I let people do the talking. Let's get it.
Women crave attention, right? But when you get attention, what ends up happening is, oh, thank you, Terica. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. When you crave attention, once you get it, now you want something else because women are children, right? So you don't give a woman just.
Women are children. Again, I'm telling you, this guy throws this around so much. And now he's trying to define. So is putting people down and putting yourself up, is that masculinity? Does that make you more? Oh, I see. So now when you put people down, you get to step on them to level yourself up. Okay, I get it. Let's go. Because I know to our children, we teach. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but my mom always say, I'm the parent, you're the child. There's a level of priority within that statement by itself. There's a level of priority in that statement by itself. When my mother says, or my father says, I am the parent, you are the child. Right? There's a level in there. So now he's just put all women in that same statement. And this is who you're supposed to be listening to, tell you how to be a man and how to carry yourself in your relationship. Well, let's ask the man here how many times he's had a divorce. Let's get it.
Undying attention, undying time. No woman wants you in her face all the time. She thinks she wants you in her face all the time because that's what the cute little Disney movies are saying all the time. But no, women want you as a man to get out there in the world.
The cute little Disney movies. You women, let me find out. Let me find out you women is out here watching cute Disney videos. I better not find out here you're out here watching that. So I thought you was watching these other reality shows. Power. I don't see too many cute Disney. Not too many, bruh. Not too many. But I don't talk about people. I let people talk themselves. The statement you've made about women just in these past minutes, sir, tells me that I, as an aspiring great man and wants to leave a legacy behind loved by men and women, shall I listen to anything that you have to say? I mean, I can hear you, but is it food for thought? Mm, Is it food for thought in the chat? Let me know. Is women being children anything that you would want your brain to digest? Tell me I'm wrong. Let me let it finish.
World and go get some money, not be up in her face all the time. Ladies, comment in the chat. Do you want a man in your face all the time, or do you want a man out in the world making some money? What's up, Six?
All right. So, do you want a man in your face making some money, or do you want a man out in the world making some money? Do you want a man all in your face? Or that? I mean, that statement by itself, like anybody, woman, man, child, dog, cat, TV, you, somebody eventually is gonna be tired if you all up in their face. Of course, that's not another statement we should be using as an umbrella. That's not the question we should be asking. A question should be asked. It's just not that one, sir. It's just not that one. But let's get into it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing about it is, but comment, what are y'all thoughts? You as a woman, do you want a man in your face all the time? Or do you want a man out in the world getting some money? Six the Goddess says, good afternoon, chat. I agree. It seems like he just auctioned himself to her, waiting for her to lead and provide for him. Right. Waiting on her to get out and support him. Right. That's what I'm saying. And then when they got out of prison, then when she got out of prison, they go on Love and Hip Hop together. Why wasn't you able to be on Love and Hip Hop without her?
So he asks, why was Papoose not able to get on Love and Hip Hop without her? Maybe because there are decision makers that decide who goes on Love and Hip Hop, sir. And I think they might have made a decision that it'd be a good idea for us to put them on together as a couple and not as an individual. You know, maybe that's it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Maybe that's why he wasn't able to get on Love and Hip Hop without Remy Ma. Maybe that's why, sir. He doesn't make the fucking decisions. Yo, come on now. Come on, man. Is it this easy? Is it this easy, man, to get people to listen to the stuff that to your product? It's a product, yo. It's a product. I ain't mad, but like you said, call a spade a spade. When I see a product, I know a product when I see a product. And bro, you pushing a product. Sometimes I wonder if some of these people believe the stuff that they actually saying. I mean, people have good intentions, for the most part. Their thoughts are there, but what leads them to the bag will always have an interception. There will always be interference and interception. You know? Sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do for the bag, fam. But let me finish up, man.
Needed Remy Ma to make you hot. And this is really sad and is really pathetic when you just sit back and just look at how some of these men who have been raised by women, and I can only assume Papoose was a man that was raised by a woman because of how he operates, but at the end of the day, like with me, if y'all know my story, I was outside.
So before the other woman back, before he puts a bad name on his parents, the statement he just made now, like, come on, really? You can only assume. So you're a man that believes women can't raise children. Okay, all right. But you want the man. This is the contradiction. You want the man to be out all the time making the money, but you want the woman who can't raise the child to be home raising the children, according to you and your assumptions. So the man should be out making the money, not in the woman's face, not around for the children to idolize and want to be like for motivation, preservation, for these things. You want him gone. But in the same sentence, you bash their parenting skills. You just bashed Remy Ma's. Now you're about to bash your own mothers. Let me let him continue because I don't talk about people. People do the talking themselves.
At the age of 12, I was selling crack at the age of 12, and that's nothing to brag about. But I wasn't up under my mama as a child.
So, at the age of 12, you was so out of control that your mama couldn't tell your little butt to sit down. 12 years old. So what does that say about your own mother? I mean, maybe you talked about your own mother. I can only assume. I can only assume that you've talked about your own mother before because you say all women in your statements. So I guess basking your own mother's parenting skills while your father was out doing what he was doing, fatherly stuff, fatherly stuff, because the man shouldn't be at home. He should be out doing whatever your father was out doing, whatever your pops was out doing. Your mother was home doing a bad job with you. Let's get it. And you got the nerve to talk about somebody else and give some goddamn advice. Let's go.
But a lot of these modern men, they spent their whole young lives under their mama. So now when they grown, they love to spend their whole lives under their new mama, which is their new girlfriend. I ain't got time for that.
So he don't got time for that. He why should a man out there getting money have time for that? I'm right. You're not supposed to, sir. You're right. Let's go. So the mama. Let's continue with the mama.
So let's keep going. It's disgusting in my opinion. Some people may not look at it as that bad, but it's to me it's disgusting. I ain't spend my whole life on no damn woman ever. And I just visited her every day, and she used to tell me like, "Yo, you can't do this."
I'm not spending my whole life under no damn woman ever. Is that not a red flag or not, ladies? Ladies, if a man is spewing this type of rhetoric while he's in a relationship, like if he has a woman right now and she hears this statement, how should she feel? And these statements aren't making you sound masculine, sir. I'm not dealing with it. Get out. I'm not putting up with this. I don't got time with this. These are statements of someone who's been in close proximity of some women, bro. Very close proximity of some women. This is not very masculine, sir. This is not masculinity at its finest. Mm-mm. I don't even know what you would call this at best. I just, I just don't know. But let's see. Let's get it.
She literally says, "You can't do this. Get out of here." Like, what are you doing? Oh, I want to be up under you. Why? Why you don't want me here? Sir, you're feminine. Feminine.
So, Papoose is feminine because he wanted to go see Remy Ma while she was locked up. Remy Ma was telling Papoose, Papoose, stop coming up here, in her manly voice. You see how he reverses the roles. In her, mind you, women are children, but he's all over the place with it. But in Remy Ma's manly verse, who he compared her to um Gucci Man because she shot somebody, went to jail. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He compared her to Gucci Man. Said she just like Gucci Man. I don't know about any of you brothers. I'm not taking Gucci Man home. I don't care if Remy Ma shot somebody spit in their face. As long as it wasn't none of my folks, I'm gonna fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather that over my over. Listen to how he makes Papoose sound. You hear Papoose is like, I don't want to go. I'm sure Papoose wasn't in the prison. One of the Bronx notorious rappers wasn't in the prison, sounding like, but I want to stay here up under you. This is what he's saying. Papoose was saying. He's saying it. I'm not saying this. And then he says it's not masculine. But let's get it. Papoose wasn't doing that. I could put money on it. He wasn't sounding like that. Because if you're trying to determine if it's masculine or not, I don't think the conversation was said like that. But let's get. I thought if any at best, if they had a conversation, it was a cordial conversation, back and forth. I don't think anybody was whining and crying and begging to stay up under somebody while they're in jail. I mean, Papoose had kids to take care of. Her kids by another man. Let's get it.
Like what man? Because the thing about it is, it ain't like y'all at home and he's up under his wife and they at home. He's up under his wife in a woman's prison. Like what kind of mess is that? And I'm gonna drop the link. Six, if you want to come up, or if anybody else wants to come up, pull up. But what kind of man is gonna sit in a woman's face in a prison? And I'm just gonna say it like this.
So the reason for the conversation now, normally, like I said, I don't care. I'm in the chat. He's ignoring what I'm saying. I'm asking questions, just like how I'm saying about what you're saying. And then he drops the link, so I hit the link. He lets the girl up and acts like he doesn't even see me. But I don't even care about that type of stuff. Like I said, it's those type of decisions that you make for me that I can say what type of man you is. And you know what type of man you is at that point? How we go? I smell. I mean, when you know, you know. Since you went to the slang, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about when I say I smell it. Because you didn't want to let me on the panel so I can give you some pushback. You rather let people up that has the same opinion as you, because that's merely what it is, controversial opinion. But let's get it. I mean, and you people don't even care about the things you spew in these spaces. You don't even care. It doesn't affect you. It's about the bottom line. Again, the action. So what type of I would not be doing any type of like business where it relies on loyalty with you because we know what you'll do to your own kind for the dollar. Let's get it.
Men don't visit women in prison. When you see men, when people come visit them, is they mama, is they cousin, is they
So how many men, I don't know if men that have hit the panel, men that are in the chat, or men that watch the replay. If you hear me ask you this, how many of you guys will be with your wife, she gets locked up for whatever she gets locked up for, as long as it ain't nothing crazy, are not gonna go visit their wife? Like, I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe I'm on the out on this one, but in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong for that. For feeling like you should go see your wife if she's locked up. Because according to this YouTuber, you're not a man if you do this. Let's get it.
homeboy, is they girl, is they baby mama. They bringing a baby up to the see the father. When a woman goes to prison, ain't nobody going to see her. Sorry, but nobody's going to see her.
With me? I'm just trying to tell y'all, if y'all don't want to listen to me, I'm not forcing you, but if a man says this, when you know, you know. All right. There's some women that believe this, but I'm just saying. Look, listen.
So can you imagine in that waiting room, only one man in the waiting room here to see Remy Ma and none of these other women.
So I'm sure there's over 1,000 women inmates in prison, but only one male came to see his wife, and that was Remy Ma. Some of these women are in there for traffic tickets, fraud. They ain't did nothing crazy. They doing their time and they coming home. The man is home with the kids, holding his wifey down. It's happening, bruh. It's just not on the front page. But there's niggas that's doing it. But you're about to say you let come out of your mouth when Papoose goes to see Remy Ma, he's the only man in the waiting list. Everybody are looking at him like, ooh, oh my God, what kind of man is he? I mean, in this guy's world, this is what Papoose is going through. Let's get it.
Have nobody see them. In all honesty, that's kind of like I don't know. It says something, you know. So a man can be tough because we all know Pat Poose will slap somebody in a minute. But at the end of the day, is that really masculinity? Slapping somebody out of anger, punching somebody out of resentment? That's not masculinity, in my opinion.
All right, all right. So is slapping somebody and punching somebody out of anger masculinity? I mean, if you rob me or you do something to me and I punch you, it's some masculinity about that. It's some serious masculinity about that. Like if you do something to me and I get some get back, like I spin the block, it's actually some masculinity about that. It's some real aggression in the get back. You know, for that testosterone and that adrenaline and stuff flowing through your body. You know, because that's what a man, you know, scientifically, how you spew masculinity through that testosterone, that adrenaline. You know, so I'm sure it takes a whole lot of adrenaline to split a block on it. I mean, you was 12 out there on the streets, so you should know what comes with slapping the shit out of a nigga when you out there in them streets. Cause you ain't about to go lay up on the wife and you out here slapping the shit out of niggas. I mean, it depends on how hard you slap them. Cause some niggas don't want no parts, they don't want no smoke. When you all about yours. See, when a nigga know you all about yours, they would have to go a whole nother way to get to their destination. Cause they don't want to run into a nigga like that. Who want it like that. Who want it like that. Who want to put them holes in you. I mean, it's some masculinity about that. So I don't know if slapping somebody doesn't make you masculine. I just don't know. I mean, I know it takes some testosterone, some adrenaline. You know, men have that masculinity. You know, not feminine. You know, but let's get it.
In no way. Masculinity is going out there and get that money. That's what.
So masculinity is defined by going out there and getting that money, which women can do. They fought to do equal rights, equal money, same as the man. So can we really label something not scientifically, genetically attached to us, getting money as masculinity? When we have children opening up apps, creating apps, and becoming millionaires before their parents even sniff the 100,000s. You do know that, right, sir? You do know that. Well, I guess we'll leave the masculinity to those who are masculine. How about that?
Manhood is. So we spend a lot of time thinking masculinity is being tough. No, masculinity is about taking care of your family, sacrificing, staying away from your woman so you can go get some money, making everybody in your family feel safe and secure. But sadly, these dudes have been raised by women, so they love like women. See, I don't love like women love. I love like men love. And my love comes from love for myself. I prioritize myself. And the more I pour into myself, the more I take care of myself, shows you how much I could and I have the capacity to pour into you. I,
I don't know if you heard that. What up? What up, Queen? How you doing, Miss Montgomery? Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate y'all. Uh, Queen Cascade says, I'm a few minutes behind, but there's a lot of women that don't get visits in prison. A lot of women who are doing long stretches, their husbands eventually decrease visits and eventually divorce or blah blah blah. And you're right about that, Queen. I mean that's vice versa. That happens for both spectrums, male or woman. But what this YouTuber is saying is men shouldn't go see their wives if they're locked up. They shouldn't go see them. Do you believe that they should not go see their wives? Do you believe that when your husband gets locked up, you should not go see him because you got to do your duties at home with the kids, so you don't want to waste no time going to see your husband? This man said Papoose should have never went to see Remy Ma. He's and he's defining what masculinity is. But your statement is true as well, and I appreciate you. You know I do. You know what's cooking? You know what this good looking is cooking? Coaching. I think this guy's a dating coach or a social media personality. You know, he falls along the lines of that. I'm not mad. I'm not hating. I'm letting him speak, and then I'm talking about it because I offered the opportunity to have the conversation on his channel, but he denied. They stopped eventually answering the prison calls, and visiting eventually slows down with the high percentage of women in prison. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Queen. As my Montgomery Family Channel says, check out my girl, check out my queen. You heard? Check them all out. The Queen Cascade channel and Miss Montgomery, they both have channels. Y'all please check them out. All right. Montgomery says, right, taking care of your family, that's your right and your protection. And protecting your family, being faithful to your own wife, providing for your family, being a role model for other young men and other young couples. They, right, Queen. Like, Remy Ma had a kid prior to her and Papooses engagement, and he said that Remy Ma was being a sucker for taking care of Remy Ma's kid too. He said a lot of stuff. I mean, this is his own opinion, but I'm in line with what you have to say tonight, Miss Montgomery. I believe it depends on the circumstances. Lots of variables to consider, Chef. Well, I really would like to know what variables you would consider for Papoose not going to see his wife. I mean, this man said he should be out getting money. So because of getting money, he should never went to go see his wife. That's what I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is going to see your wife while you're locked up doesn't say that you're not a masculine man. That's what he's saying. I'm in alignment with that it happens. I'm not saying that it does not happen, Queen. I'm saying that when men do it for their wifeys, that should not be a knock on them. That's my statement. You know what I mean? And it doesn't determine your masculinity if you go see your wife while she's locked up in prison. Yeah, you already know. All right, so when Remy got locked up, if I remember correctly, he was your on the side of the world. Yes, he left the tour to go home and make sure his family is good, and I respect it. I respect him by standing by her. Correct. But so I don't know. You said you just got here. You're behind, and I understand. This YouTuber is saying some really foul stuff about that. So let's get into it.
In 2019,
Hold on, I messed up. Yeah.
see the block captain leaked audio about Remy Ma.
You deserve to get cheated on. People deserve whatever it is that they choose. You know, if I go rob a bank, I deserve to go to prison, right? So your action, and he married her while she was in prison, which is also gay. Yeah,
now if they was married before she.
So he said he Remy Papoose married Remy Ma before she went to prison. That's gay. Is that I don't know. Is marrying somebody before they go to prison gay? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bashing this dude. He's doing all the talking. He's a YouTuber. He has a channel, life coach, I guess relationship coach or TV personality. I'm saying he's a product. He's pushing a product. So to me, he's a salesman. He's a salesman. He's pushing a product. He has a product to push. And I'm not saying what type of man he is because he's fronting like he's a coach, but he's pushing a product. To me, that says scammer. That's just my opinion. Somebody you don't want to marry. You know, opportunist. He's an opportunist. Let me see if I can find some more controversy stuff before. You heard him say Papoose was gay for marrying Remy Ma before.
because life, when it comes to whether it's entrepreneurship or anything, it's about risk, right? And men in particular are supposed to be risk takers. But between Remy Ma and Papoose, you can easily see who the risk taker is. It's the woman. He's not a risk taker. Like you just said, Six, he just sat around waiting on her to get hot. And then she got out and started taking all the risks.
So he's saying that he waited for Remy Ma to get hot, and he didn't take no risks. That's why he's not a man. I don't know about that. Like I said, I know Remy. I know Remy Ma. I know the backstory on her. I know the backstory on Papoose, and I know Papoose been out there putting in work. He's been taking risk. He took risks just to be with her. That's a risk to attach your career to someone who shot somebody. We're not talking about someone who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Remy Ma didn't win a Nobel Peace Prize. She shot someone who did not have a gun. She shot another woman. There's no praise for that. So Papoose didn't have that on him. So him attaching himself to something like that, because we see all these celebrities getting canceled for any and every little thing. So him attaching himself to something like that would do him harm more than help. But let this man tell it. We should attach ourselves to people who commit assault with deadly weapons with the intent to harm other human beings. Women who he considers to only be children. You'll have the mind capacity of children, not the body, because I'm sure he'll still sleep with the children, but the mind, the mental capacity of children. But now he's trying to give her praise. It's not adding up. The math is not mathing. Let me read what Miss Montgomery had to say. I think he should have went to go see his wife unless they have the understanding that he's not going to see her for whatever reason why he's not. But I think he should have went to see her. Right, it's his wife. Right, Miss Montgomery. What man doesn't want to go see their wife? Hold on. Yo, how you doing, Queen?
Hey, Chef, can you hear me?
Definitely can hear you. Welcome to the platform.
Good morning, dear. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain.
So, in regards to what you was asking me earlier, now my thing is, it depends on a number of variables in that person's relationship and whatever they've agreed to. Do you get what I'm saying? I actually respect Remy's and Papoose' relationship and everything that they've kind of been through. He stuck with her when everything sort of went pear shaped. You know, there's other guys that would walk away from a situation like that and kind of just let her deal with it by herself. He loves her, wanted to be with her. He left the tour that he was on, as far as I'm aware, and flew back to be there to make sure the kids were sound and safe. I respect him for the decision that he chose to make as a grown ass man. Do you get what I mean? I've
Mm-hmm.
seen over the years that people have kind of said here and there that he took hits to his career because he could have been on par with people like Jay-Z and other people in the rap game. And I think Papoose is a wonderful lyricist, but he chose to put his family first. So I can respect that sometimes as men and women or parents, husband or wives, sometimes you take hits in the relationship because of different things that have gone on. Sometimes it comes with the territory. Do you get what I mean? But he chose
Mm-hmm.
to stay by her through everything that went on with prison. I don't think there's anything wrong with a husband going to visit his wife in prison. You know what I mean? Or the person that he plans to make his wife. Do you get what I'm saying? But I suppose with everything that's kind of going on today with marriage, do you get what I mean? It's got a bit convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Now, on what you were saying in regards to him saying about women being children, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of women that have, and just like men, have an inner child. Um, you okay, Chef? Ooh, not sure what happened there. Hopefully, Chef's okay.
Yeah, keep going. I'm good.
Okay. Um, I would hope that grown-ass men aren't out here, but I know obviously all the different kinds of conversations that have been going on in the streets around consent and trying to get with young women under the age of 18, under the age of 16, under the age of 12 and shit. There's some really degenerate, sorry, excuse my language, there's some really degenerate emotionals out here. It's bizarre to me when guys turn around and say that women have grown ass women who are fully developed have the mindset of children. Why would you want to be with a child, sir? You know, fully functioning, full brain development. And don't get me wrong, there are women out here that, you know, are naive, are inexperienced, are gullible. There are women that do have disabilities and handicaps where their mental age might be different than their physical age. But then I'm going to have to look at you as the grown ass man that's making that decision to be with a woman that has a childlike mindset and think that you're predatory or there's something wrong with you that you would choose to be with a woman in that kind of mental mindset.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying too, Queen. And y'all hearing it from another woman. Like, what type of man will belittle the woman he's supposed to procreate with? Like, do you really have to stoop them down so low so that you can receive your optimum dominance? Like, is that the tactic, sir? That's what I want to know. I mean, Queen, I understand giving advice and try to do the right thing for the coaching for the people, but some people are just pushing a product. It's just a product.
Oh, most definitely, Chef. I agree with you. Like, I don't know if people are aware of it, but there are a lot of, I've seen recently over this last couple of years, the different quote unquote buyer personas. There's a lot of marketing out here. There's a lot of people that are basically selling a product, acting as if they're doing something in the community when that's not their intention. It's just to play upon emotional trigger marketing, as I call it.
Right. Controversy, content. Let stay up here with me. I appreciate you, King Queen. I appreciate you. You know I rock with you. You know you my favorite person from the other side of the world, from the UK. You know all that
Oh,
good stuff.
oh, I'm honored.
Well, I'm loving all of that about you. But I appreciate you coming up though. But let me finish what some more what he said.
Go ahead, chef. Do you think?
Go
Yep.
ahead.
And there's a fine line between providing and support.
This is another YouTuber that got up there with him to kind of like double team the Remy Ma and Papu situation to kind of make a better argument because I'm not even going to give them any kind of credence. So all it says now is opinion and argument. There's no facts in what these people are saying, but we have the facts because we have them being goofy. Let's get it.
Supporting. The man provides, the woman supports.
Facts.
And with Remy, I think that she felt and then what the roles are so reversed. The same thing that happened to Remy is the same thing that happens to so many men who are married to a woman they don't really want. They marry her because she just stuck around and took all his shit. So now he don't want to have egg on his face, looking like the bad guy to everyone else to leave her, even if he don't want to be with her. And I think that's what happened with Remy. I think he just wouldn't leave, and then she got out, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's a."
So is that two statements glued together, or am I tripping? Because how you gonna say he stuck around, but he didn't want her? He didn't really want to be with her. Like, make that make sense.
You're not tripping, chef. They're kind of they're making their own narrative to this because I used to review Love and Hip Hop, and Papoose has always spoken passionately about his love for Remy, his love for his family, sticking by her, maintaining their relationship, and wanting to properly marry her officially when she came out of prison, as well as, the music he's wrote for her, everything that they went through with the miscarriage and potentially her not being able to give him a child. Do you know what I mean? Which destroyed her at one point in time. So personally, I don't believe what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't believe it either, Queen. And at this point, this is another case of doing it for clout, clicks and views, all of that good stuff, pushing the product. Because not only is there a product being pushed to your mental, there is also a physical product that's going to be pushed later on the stream. There's a deck of cards that comes with a game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against anybody hustle, but I really just want people to be aware of the type of things that you consume. That's why it's called food for thought. When you allow people's rhetoric and observations to infiltrate your brain, sometimes it has a minute effect, but effect at all. It is what it is. So we have to be careful what we take in. So this food for thought it coincides with Chef Disaster Plates Prevention, my name, my actual name. I try to prevent disasters from happening. Um and an individual destroying the legacy of another man is a disaster. If a man puts out his legacy and in each decision that he makes is cementing that legacy, you shouldn't come behind him and try to just destroy that legacy without facts. If you had facts of these things that you were saying, I would be okay with it. But this is just mere opinion and at best controversial content. Remy Ma and Papu's relationship deserves a little more coverage than what some people have to say. But I'm gonna let it continue on. You got something to say, Queen?
Yeah, I have a question because over the last how many months I've seen like the rumors in regards to the cheatation. But as far as I'm aware, I don't know because I haven't been in these YouTube streets like that. But as far as I'm aware, how the line sort of came about was battle rap. And in battle rap, people go out of their way to purposely disrespect the other people that they're battling. Um, so I haven't taken the lyrics that were in the battle rap that serious because I just thought it was low blows to score points. But it
Mm-hmm.
seems like I can get what married couples that are in these YouTube streets are saying in regards to the attack on black marriages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad to see the way the community is going at them.
Right. I'm for one to believe not everything is perfect. You got to make it perfect for you. So people gonna have their lumps and bumps through the situation, but because they're public figures, this is the scrutiny that they got to go through. And I'm not even against that because they put themselves in that. What I'm saying is, let's not do it with hearsay, like how you just said with the facts. You gave resources where people, if they don't agree with what you say, where they can go back and check this resource that you use to explain the situation. I'm totally fine with that. But when you spit out stuff based on your own opinion to try to destroy a man's legacy and then determine a man's masculinity, it's just terrible. And that in itself is what disgruntled women do to men. And I'm saying, since he wants to do it, I'm saying he's a victim of a disgruntled woman that allowed him to hustle at the age of 12 while she wasn't watching her kids, while his daddy was out there chasing money and not home being a role model to his son who was selling drugs at 12. And he got the nerve to talk about somebody else, probably with 2 divorces already under his notch.
I think, Chef, I'm a bit confused in one sense because, as far as I'm aware, Remy and Papoose are big business owners. Outside of rap, they've invested in a lot of property, stocks, bonds. Apparently, he has a wonderful portfolio. He invested very well for the family. So I'm trying to see where his legacy is being damaged, as well as his reputation in the hip hop scene. I think at one point, I have a vague recollection that he had some kind of management company in terms of trying to get, new artists and talent out on, the New York rap scene. So it seems more like people online are trying to destroy his legacy more than anything.
Now, these people said that he only got to come up because of Remy Ma. He attached himself to her while she was in jail because he knew when she came out he could come up off of her. That's what they said. So that's why how they tried to destroy his legacy. He doesn't have a legacy. He took it from Remy Ma. Let me see. Let me let him finish talking. Hold on,
Go, go ahead, Chef.
because I mean it was crazy, Queen. I'm literally at work in a flood, and I put this on. I'm like, because I had a run in with this guy before already, and I asked him to come on the channel. I communicated with him through email and everything, and he just ran. And so now I'm telling him his actions, his decisions to run for me now gives me the right to call him a goofy. You're a goofy. That's not masculine. You didn't slap nobody, but that's not very masculine either. When you run from a business opposition. But let me finish. How do you feel, Queen? What do you think? Am I wrong?
I notice a lot that these dudes run away from the real men in the space that want to have the conversation. They'll do dumb things like block them or ignore them because they want their voice to be the only one that's heard and they don't want to be embarrassed. So they
Right,
rather block other men.
right. Let me play what him and the other YouTuber had to say.
He's such a good man. He did so much for you, and she feel pressure like, oh shit, now I have to marry him because if I don't, I'ma look evil. And so she did it, but deep down inside, I know that did not turn you on. I know you was not like, oh my God, yes, this is the man.
So the woman, who was another big YouTuber, has just said Remy Ma, because the man just accused Papoose of not loving Remy Ma not one bit. Now the woman is accusing Remy Ma of not loving Papoose not one bit. You heard it. I'm not talking about people. This is what they saying. They know these people. They've been in their lives. They know what's up. They've been there day to day. They know the backstory. That they can come up with this synopsis, this opinion, this controversy, content at best, and say this on the live stream.
To provide and protect me. No, a man supports you here and there if he has time on his hands in that moment, but that's not his primary goal. He provides, and she was over there providing for him, and he was supporting her. So I'm not surprised.
I actually got a little part of that in here. Watch this. It's gonna come up in a second. Watch this. I'm gonna let you guys know, and I'm gonna make it make sense why a man should never, ever in his life do any of these things that Papoose is doing. So y'all feel sorry for this man. I feel pity for this man.
Oh yeah, man. I hit rock bottom around that time, man. Like it was real bad, you know.
And you ain't doing nothing about it. You just sat there on your hands like a woman and just allowed your life to just fall apart. Sir.
Papoose is talking about when Remy Ma got locked up, this is how he felt. The man is giving his own view on that, just to let you all in on
it. That's feminine.
You know what I'm saying? But I knew that she needed me, so I really didn't care about nothing else.
I know that she needed me, so I just let my whole life fall apart and just kept going to prison and sitting Indian style and playing cards with her and a bunch of women.
What was going on with me? I was in the free world. So I just made sure I focused on her because when she blew trial, like normally somebody blow trial, they say, all right, we're going to give you a certain amount of time and you got to come back, turn yourself in and do your time. But when her lawyer requested that, they was like, no, remand right now. Instantly, they didn't give her a chance to pack her crib up, situate her son or anything. So I had to do all of that.
See, situate her son. Where's, like...
He has a son?
That's what he said. So,
like I just said, I'm going to start right there. They don't even know who these people are. She said, the woman YouTuber said, she has a son, but you up here running your mouth on what she should and should not do. And then he going to follow up with, that's what she said, as if she going to lie about having a son. But the moral of the story is neither one of them did they backstory on these individuals that they want to talk about and got to know to be talking. What do you think about that, Queen?
Yeah, they're not very informed. Like you said, they haven't done their research. Even I know Remy's got a son, and the son ended up going to live with Remy's mom while she was doing the stint in prison, and Papoose was helping with care and transport and, you know, getting him to games and all those kind of things. So he really played a role in that young man's life, and I appreciate it because he could have walked away from the situation. He says that she needed him to be there, but I think also he wanted to be there. I don't think Papoose would have done that if he didn't want to. And they make it also sound like he's not capable of making decisions for himself when he's a grown-ass man.
Right. Did you hear him say that by Papoose going to see Remy Ma that's feminine? Do you think it's feminine for a man to go see his wife that's locked down?
No, far from it. I think the whole using this is feminine, this is masculine at this point in the space when it comes to certain things is dumb. You know, they wanted to spend time with each other. When I said earlier about variables, it was more to do with if you've made an agreement that you shouldn't come up that weekend. You know, sometimes things can get tough with money. Sometimes, depending on where the person is placed and which prison they're in, you know, you could be traveling across the country to see that person. So with those variables, taking those other things into consideration, because Remy has a child, he also had children. Do you get what I mean? There's a lot of decisions that need to be made in the midst of those things. At the same time, people forget that when a loved one is in prison, although there's a person on the outside of prison, in some ways, the family, the intimate family that's involved with that person, they also do a kind of jail time themselves, part of their life, even though it's carrying on. The relationship kind of, in one sense, grinds to a halt because of that time spent inside and missing out on things on the outside. So I think really and truly they don't fully know what they're talking about.
Exactly, Queen. I love it when people just make sense. Like when the math is really mathing. Because right now, what I'm hearing, the math ain't mathing. It's just not. It's not mathing. It's not. It's not something people should be having a conversation on in these spaces when we're trying to be about enlightenment and uplifting. I mean, at best, at least hoping to see some sort of progress amongst the two of different kinds. Instead, we have the reverse role, as they claim Remy Ma and Papoose to be switching roles. But any man trying to do this out here, trying to do this family thing out there, needs the woman to be in support of whatever he has going on, vice versa. There is no role reversal because I support what you support and you support what I support. So if you were out here selling flowers, I'm gonna do my best to be supportive of that. And if I got to wear your flowery shirt sometimes to advertise the business because I see 1 million people a day sometimes, then that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be in support of my wife, no matter how much you think that's not masculine. It doesn't make no sense for them to put Remy Ma and Papooses relationship on the cross when they've already done it themselves. To be a celebrity couple. I'm not gonna sit here and act like every everybody's relationship has been through cheating, but a good percentage of our relationship have at one point faced it or in fear of facing cheating from your partner. So nobody's gonna be perfect. But that still does your relationship, your failed relationship, does not determine what kind of man you are or your level of masculinity. Because there's things I will do for my wife that I won't even do for my own mother. But that doesn't determine my masculinity. The decisions that I make to cover those women up under me, whether it's with protection, financial, mental, because Lord knows a lot of us need a lot of mental coverage just to be there. That determines my masculinity when I'm going to say to my job, who thinks they have a hold on me, that I'm going to take some time off to take care of my mother, and that's just what I'm going to do. You feel the masculinity in that statement to the one who feeds you? I ain't had to slap nobody, but I stand on what I stand on. And I think Papoose, when he made that decision to see Remy Ma in jail because he got to see his wife, he got to be up under her, that's a statement that man decided to make for his wife because he's with her, not you. You see, the thing about relationships, people don't get with the same kind of person that they are. I'm a chef. I like to cook. It'd be in my favor to get with somebody who's in that arena. It would be in my favor. Does it always happen like that? No. But in the case of Remy Ma and Papoose, I think it was in their favor. because they the same kind of person. Not rapper, not celebrity, not this and that. They from the streets. They from the city of New York. Both of them. So they know who they want to be with. But let me let them finish out. Let them finish saying.
He not, and it's I date single mothers, so I just want to say that I'm not against single motherhood, but you are a dude that not only got with a single mother, you know, and
Sorry, y'all. But this is to not piss off the people who view his content, the actual viewers. That's why he just gave you a shout out. Not because he really likes to date single mothers, right? We know that. Why do we know he's not in favor of single mothers? But because we heard him bashing single moms when he was talking about the Jonathan Major situation. How they can't take care of the kids, single parents. I mean, are we there? But he dates them. I mean, it's just not adding up. Sometimes the math don't math right. But I let them say it. I don't got to shit. Just get it.
there's issues with that depending on who the woman is, right? But you got with a single mother that went out and shot somebody. So think about how stupid a woman has to be. You got a child. You ain't just out here in the streets. You have a responsibility. You're a mother, and she went out and shot somebody. So just imagine what type of idiot Remy Ma has to be. What's up, Bree? You're a pure idiot to actually shoot somebody and you have a kid. It ain't like you ain't got no kids. You still live with your mama. This woman done moved out her mama house, living her life. She's a whole mother, and you go out and shoot somebody. And this dude sees this woman as his priority and somehow he's supposed to be wifing.
Right. Like it's giving very much. Single mothers have to compensate for being single moms. That's the thing about being a single mother. Single mothers cannot date like other women. Single mothers immediately, you have to humble yourself and know that this is a huge element that is baggage that come with you, and you got to pick your struggle. So if you a single mom, you better be hella fine. You better be in that gym. You better have serious cooking skills, domestic skills. You have to do that. Too many women, the problem with them, they're single moms and the attitude bad, and they fat, and they house dirty, and they can't cook, and they got a criminal record. It doesn't work like that.
And they be shooting people.
Right.
So you all know Remy Ma before she became the celebrity Remy Ma. You know, it's been stories of how she got into the terror squad. You know, yada yada yada. They got to do some of the lowest, disgusting things to get into those inner circles. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. This is alleged. But what I'm saying is, how are they going to talk about a person, big them up, and then go back and talk about them? Because if you're going to say, all of those women that are single moms don't deserve to have a good man because of those things that was said about them, then that makes a lot of women that fall into that. Not because they're bad people, because you just described people that come from the lower class of America. And there's a lot of us there. Those are not traits of someone who don't give a fuck. But the judging, the slander, the defamation of the culture alone is pure criminal. at the behest of people who don't even consider themselves to be a part of it. They're here to push a product. Sometimes the entities, the evildoers, they know us better than we know us. Why do I say that? Because they know what to sell you. They know what to push. They know they study you. They know your vulnerabilities. They know what you want the answers to. It's almost alien. And the mere fact, if you take the good and you use the good as your example as the bad, that's wickedry, confusion. Controversy content. Let me put it in layman's terms. For the bag, for the product. Oh, that is a YouTuber Mr. Let It Go. You can go check him out. It's he's talking about Remy Ma and Papoose. I did invite him to come on my panel one time. He turned me down, stopped communicating with me. And I ran across him again. I tried to get on the panel. I don't know if he saw me or not, but I didn't get on the panel. And I don't know if I was blocked in the chat, but I probably was. But it doesn't even matter. Um, I haven't talked not no mess about anyone. Haven't slandered anyone for that matter. But this is just what it is. You hear it yourself.
I had no idea that she had a previous child. She don't even talk about the other son. I've never even heard about the other son. But yeah, you're right. Like clearly this man does not have any guidance in his life because who let him sit around waiting on a violent, murderous, you know, felony toting single
Right.
mom? That's wild. That's sad.
Yeah, so I mean, Papoose knew that about Remy before Remy was Remy, and he knew her lifestyle, and Remy Ma knew Papoose lifestyle. We're not talking about two angels up here. Like that's what I'm saying. They were in that. They were in that lane. When you in that lane, you're gonna deal with people that you deal with, just like how you two are off on the panel together. Controversy content found controversy content, and that's all right. But that's the lane you're in. You do controversial content. You tug on the insecurities of other people for your content. And that's all right. I'm just calling a spade a spade. You there, Queen?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh my gosh. Okay. About before you said who it is, I worked out who it is and I was sitting back here shaking my head. Okay. I cannot stand Mr. Wetho. Okay.
Right.
This is the same dude that turns around and calls black women who are single mothers loser choosers. But I remember there was a debate with the Eagle and some other content creators in the space, and they were asking him, okay, if black women are loser choosers, then what does that make you in terms of the black woman that chose to be in a relationship with you? This is the same dude. Oh my gosh, I can't stand this dude. I really, really can't stand this dude. He aggravates my spirit because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there aren't women within the community that are making bad decisions. That is happening. At the same time, I get that now in 2023 going into 2024, if it was my brother or a friend that came to me and said to me about a situation like this, and from the outside you've got this woman that's committed this crime and somebody's been shot and all those kind of things, then I'll be honest, it's not gonna be my thing to turn around and say to them that's something that I think you should pursue. Do you get what I mean?
I
Depending
do.
on all the other variables, I think Remy and Papoose have been very lucky in their overall story and in terms of really, really working together to make it work. And Papoose made a choice for himself as a grown man to stick it out. Now, in regards to what Mr. Wetho was saying earlier, that Papoose latched onto Remy so that he could benefit from Remy, I don't believe that, because the fact is, when Remy went into prison, nobody knew what was going to come out on the other side. Do you get what I mean? How many other female rappers have been to prison and they've been just left in the
Right.
dust with nobody to really support them? So she wasn't aware when she came out whether there was going to be a backlash because of her behavior, because of her acts, because of the crime that she committed. Papoose took a chance on the relationship and stuck in there. And I personally believe, I truly believe it's because he loves her. At the same time, like, although he didn't push further as far as he would like with the rap career, he made other good business decisions to be able to support the family in a different way. So I respect his mindset in making sure the family overall was provided for and protected for, even if it wasn't through the rap game, he still made it work. And at the end of it, it's paid off. I don't know how many other couples would be able to be in the same position they are. But then I was just thinking to myself back here, Chef, and you might know the answer to this, but outside of Remy and Papoose, how many other rap, hip hop, married couples, black married couples do you know?
Well, there's Beyonce and Jay-Z, of course. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, there's. Are we talking about only failed or they got to be still together?
Um, I suppose still together would make sense with the fact of looking at Remy and Papoose are still together.
Okay.
Because I get Jay-Z and Beyonce are together, but Jay-Z's more hip hop, rap, and I'd put Beyonce in the R&B/pop category more so. But in terms of both couples being rappers, being married, being black.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. And I'm on it. I definitely feel you. Go ahead though, because at this moment, there has not been not many hip hop culture wise black couples to even attempt to be together and stay together. Even if I was gonna say failed, because with you saying the dynamic of um Jay Z and Beyonce being one hip hop and the other R&B or pop or whatever. Um, right, that dynamic is done with. We're talking about in the hip hop culture, and when you say it like that, Papoose and Remy Ma might be one of a kind. I'm actually trying to like dig in the crates to see if there's has attempted to be any of its kind before, and I'm having a hard time trying to pull one out. But if it is one, it's gonna come to me. But go ahead, finish talking, Queen.
The only other thing that comes to mind is I don't see what Mr. Wetho sees in terms of his language and the way that he speaks about Remy's and Papoose' relationship. I think personally that Papoose is a very secure and confident man. He's pushed his wife to the forefront. He's pushed for her to have her career. He's been there with her at her accolades. She's gone from strength to strength since she came out of prison. Even when Love and Hip Hop changed the story so that it was Cardi B that took the limelight, Papoose was still there, always there, being supportive of Remy. Even when she came out of prison and she was hanging around certain old characters that he was suspect of, he was protective of her to make sure that she was dealing with her bail conditions properly and didn't get into trouble. He made sure she was on time to her gigs. He wants his wife to shine. He's very, very proud of her, and he doesn't seem jaded by that.
Right.
So I enjoy the way they are, and that he wants to see his wife successful, and that he's proud of their accomplishments.
Right. Because if he was hating and trying to keep her down, yada yada yada, because we know he feels like he can take care of the family and she don't need to be doing whatever whatever. But he's in support of her career. He doesn't show that. You know what I mean? And even in times when there has been embarrassment, but for the couple to have to go through, and he still stood by her by, like, you know holding his wife's hand while she walks in and out of business places or things like that. Just purely show, even if it's at shows or just interviews or things she had going on, just still being beside his wife. Um, I thought that was very manly, a manly act in itself, because at the same time, if you have children with this woman, you don't want to, you know, mess with her integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, because she's your kid's mother, and with an accusation of cheating, if we're gonna go off of the facts of him hitting the other rapper in the face because of the accusations, then we're gonna say there was something going on, and still be in support of her is for me, is a manly act, because you're sacrificing a little bit of yourself, because we know the humility of that. Because the first thing people would say is, "Oh, he played himself by still holding her hand, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third, and being supportive of what she had going on." Um, but in on asking that, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You still want her to have the ability to provide for the children that you laid down and have with her. And a lot of the times, if the woman has her own money, she'll leave you to your own devices. She won't come after all of yours. So if you're in support of her and showing that you don't hate her, you're liable. The liability of you creating an ally with someone you've known for years, that you have a bloodline with, is 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 great and better for you and the future of your children. This way, that when it's time to make decisions, another way that you can show your masculinity, when you make decisions to better your children's future, when you have the ability to do that with your parent, meaning co-parenting, 50-50, however you want to break it up, 60-40, you know, that act alone again is manly. Because I didn't trash your mother. She's not gonna put me through the coals just for you to see your kids. We're gonna do this the way it's supposed to be done. But if you're acting a fool, why would I do that? Why would I be an ally with someone who I don't love no more? I have no love for that person no more in that kind of way. That happens. That happens. But that don't mean you don't still got to be in support of what that person has going on if the things go the way they're supposed to go. And somebody has to take the high road. And by him carrying on the way, Papoose meaning him, carrying on the way he's carried on with all these accusations out there, is very manly to me. No homo. What do you say about that, Queen?
Um, I think that because to me, New York is a melting pot in terms of culture, And then I'm not gonna pretend like I know a whole heap about battle rap, but like a lot of people know because Papoose has been very open about his feelings for Remy, his love for Remy, his love for his family. And to parallel that, we see it even in the YouTube streets for the men that are in married or are married or are in secure relationships. When there's other dudes that are in the space that want to attack the dude, they usually won't go direct and attack the dude. They'll go after their wife, they'll go after their partner, they'll go after their children, they'll go after their mums. So I kind of see it like the dude couldn't get under Papoos's skin. The only way to get under Papoos's skin is to mention his wife or his family, and that's going to set him off. Do you get what I mean? And in the heat of the moment, when it comes to men and squaring up with each other, those kind of things can happen. Even with the situation with Remy, although I don't agree with what she did in shooting another black woman, do you get what I mean? And how that came about. It seems like she's grown and evolved from it. Um, do you get what I mean? So they've both made different kinds of mistakes in the relationship on different levels, mind you. But I can understand, not that I agree with it, but I can understand, I've seen other guys get punched for the same kind of thing. You know what I mean? Out here in the UK. So do you get what I mean?
Yeah, he said that's not manly. I think that's very man. I think that is very masculine. But go ahead though.
Bro, I've seen people get chin checked, head butted, or broken nose for stepping on people's Jordans. So,
Right.
you know.
If you mess with my woman, right, and you take her and I get to beat you up in front of her, I think that's very masculine. Oh, I'm not saying like that's the way things should go, but there's some masculinity in that. Like this is the nigga that you gonna be saying, yo, when he gonna say, yo, whose is this? And you gonna say, who yours, baby? But in the back of your mind, you're gonna be like, but I can't say that if that other nigga that knocked you out is around. Because if he wanted, he can have it because you can't be him. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
it's the masculinity in that. So I mean, that doesn't determine your level of masculinity, but it is some masculinity in that, and that's why I was saying like calling people gay for any old thing or just any level of masculinity that they show or they do not show is just goofy and almost criminal to the legacy of men trying to be great. That's just the bottom line. I wouldn't even care if um what I'm saying, if it wasn't a situation that deserves, some attention. Because food for thought is for situations that deserve attention. It's also something for progress. Not what kind of progress, whatever you take from it, that's on you. That goes to what you put into things is what you get out of it. The conversations that I have, that I choose to have, and the topics that I choose to talk about are real life engagements. You know what I mean? Or I just don't do it. And with that being said, I think it's very important that we share opinions. Us meaning the male and the female species, because there's always two sides to the story. So I appreciate Queen Cascade coming up and giving her enlightenment on the conversation. It's always great when we have that contribution, and people are always quick to ask people, well, what do you do for your community, for your culture? When you engage in conversation for the better, like with not for the better of the movement or the actual infraction, but for the better of the conversation, meaning that you come in with positive energy. No one never knows what the outcome is going to be, but you come in positively. You're doing that for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And having that conversation. Um, Food for thought will continue to go on. for as long as there's things to talk about, as long as there's food for thought to consume. Your boy Chef Disaster, I'm a real chef. Check out my food videos, my shorts, my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm really about this life. You know, I think for a young man needs substances in his life, not just food for nourishment, not you know weight for strength. Those are things. Those are needs, but he also needs mental encouragement. Most importantly, because things can be very confusing. There's a lot against you than for you, and it's made to be okay. The traps that are set for young men are allowed to be set with immunity. When they say you forcefully do something to someone to get them to commit a crime. There's a word for it. It was there. It left. But entrapment is the word. There's a lot of entrapment, and it's designed that way. A young man needs encouragement from the entrapments to become a successful man, which he can make his own decisions to become a great man by leaving behind a legacy that can carry on through wealth, knowledge, whatever he chooses, long as he is confident in that choice. That's a level of masculinity. Because there's nothing like telling a Marine, hey man, that's a suicide mission, and he still sign up. That shows masculinity to me in that decision than any other. See, it's the decisions that you make and how you stand on it. Whether it's what wife you pick, if someone's over your head making a whole bunch of noise and you just said over your dead body, and over your dead body it is, there's a level of masculinity in that. Sometimes it's not the best decision, but it's a decision that you stand on. And sometimes you got to stand on a lot of these goofies when you on the top. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So that's why the conversation was had tonight. Sometimes I consider myself to be a working individual for the community that I come from. Not only can I get up here on this YouTube platform and speak to YouTube people, us and us that are alike in this space, but people that I grew up with, my high school community, professional community, and have the same conversation, the same enlightenment, right? And it's a level of masculinity in knowing that I'm the realest nigga that I ever met. I don't need nobody else to tell me what kind of man I am. I show you. I let my actions speak. I know I've been going. Let me finish off with the statements on Papoose and see if we can get some final thoughts on this or whatnot. I appreciate everybody hitting that like button and coming through and rocking with your boy, enjoying this content, Chef Disaster style. You in my kitchen and I'm cooking. Let's go.
And earlier I said, what does Gucci Mane and Remy Ma?
Hold on. My speaker went off.
Have in common? They both shot somebody, right? But Gucci Mane shot somebody out of self-defense. Remy Ma shot somebody because she owed her some money. So essentially, she's a bigger of a goon than Gucci Mane is. Just think about that. Just think about that right there. You know, and so you out here marrying goons. You out here having babies with goons. Like she's a whole goon out here. So that's kind of weird. And just I don't want to say anything about sexual orientation. So when I use this word, it's not about sexual orientation. It's about masculinity and femininity. This is gay. Mm-hmm. This is like a lesbian relationship. This is not a man and a woman. This is like two lesbians being in a relationship with each other.
Yeah. So no wonder why it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And then again, this is the same way they're saying he might be with a man where he's the provider and he might have a slip up and she might have to turn the other cheek because she can't afford to live on her own. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if Pap stay with her, because if he is so codependent to where he cannot support himself financially, he might have to just allow that to slide and give it some time and let it cool down and stay with her. Because I don't see what other woman about to sit and take care of him. I don't. Well, guess what? According to Fat Joe, he went live with Remy Ma on Christmas, and they were together on Christmas, which is awesome. It's Christmas. You want to be around your kids and stuff, right? About last year? This year. Well, hold on. Christmas. No, Thanksgiving. No, Thanksgiving. Not Christmas. Okay. I'm like, hold up. What's the date? Yeah. So I said Christmas earlier. I meant Thanksgiving. They were together on Thanksgiving.
Couldn't even get his lies straight. Couldn't even catch himself in his own lie. He said that earlier, and I was like, what is he talking about? Christmas ain't even here yet. Some dudes just be talking to hear themselves speak. Lo and behold, he was talking about Thanksgiving. Like, you can't even get it together, brother, before you get up here and talk about somebody. Like, that's crazy. Let me let them finish. I know, yo. I know. Sorry, I gotta put y'all through this.
I'm not spending Thanksgiving with a woman that is presently cheating on me with another man. Period. So it was Thanksgiving. So for those of you who heard Christmas earlier, I meant Thanksgiving. I might sound like an idiot for saying that, but Thanksgiving. They were together on Thanksgiving. They were in the same house. And
you definitely sound like an idiot and not very masculine. You definitely sound like an idiot and not very masculine at this point, brother. But carry on.
According to what I heard from him, they are still living together. And I might be wrong, but I'm just going by what I heard him say on a live, with Fat Joe. So I wouldn't be surprised. They're still allegedly living together, and that's not a man to me. That's
all right. I don't know. When they decide to split in a marriage, just because you say it's over, like right then and there, yeah, it's over. There's still levels to a divorce here in the States. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say it's done, but you still got to file for divorce, paperwork, a lot of paperwork, a lot of meeting in court. A lot of stuff goes down before you're actually divorced. Majority of us know that. But these two individuals are going to act like that's not what's going on. So, of course, they still live together. They haven't even decided where the house is going to go. Like, let's not ridicule what's already out there. They've put their relationship on these social media platforms for us to enjoy. And you're still gonna spin the block on what they gotta say? It's crazy. Let's get it. Nothing but a product.
That's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's codependent on her. He don't know how to stand up on his own 2 feet. He's somehow wired to look to a woman to lead him and guide him.
Yeah.
So, he might still stick around. I really would not be surprised if he stayed.
Yeah. I might be wrong because, like I said, I don't know these people. But going by somebody else's live stream and what another person was saying,
that is the most truthful thing I heard this brother say the whole stream. The whole damn stream. I don't know these people. See, I don't talk about people. I let them say it themselves. So after all of this opinion that you made, all these innuendos, alleged, all this defamation of character, dehumanizing, of role reversing, for you to get up here on this same platform, same conversation, and talk about I don't know these people. I'm just going off of what I heard on somebody else's platform. Well, guess what you need to do? You need to shut the fuck up. And there's a little bit of masculinity in that statement right there, too. Because if a nigga tell you to shut the fuck up like that, guess what that nigga might do? He might slap the shit out of you. But you don't believe there's no masculinity into that until you feel that shit.
Ma was talking to Fat Joe, and she was like, "Oh, Pap, he's over here," and he was like, "Yo, what's up?" So he's in the back. They just chilling, eating food and stuff, being a family while she's out here, getting her cheeks clapped by a whole nother man. So on a normal basis.
You see, now there's no masculinity about talking about another man's woman getting her cheeks clapped. There's no masculinity in that. There's a lot of femininity in that. Because don't you know, like real brothers, real men know that real men get killed over words like that. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a how many niggas she slept with behind that nigga back. You better not touch her. But see, you people out here, you playing. Playing, man. Controversy content. Controversial. Because I bet you wouldn't go to his face as I ain't getting her cheeks clapped. I bet you wouldn't say it to his face. I bet you wouldn't. Because it'd be some masculinity in that slap. I'm sure. It'd be a whole lot of controversy, whole lot of masculinity in that slap. I'm sure. Let's get it.
So yeah, I feel bad from some of these men, but this is what I'm saying. This is these farm-raised black men. Like I'm a wild caught. I'm wild caught. I'm not farm-raised.
Wait. This nigga from the South or Virginia, like that. Papoose is from the Bronx. This nigga. I'm done. Yo, this goofball, man. Let's get it. Oh, man. Yo, good night, Miss Montgomery. I know I'm early, but I didn't say good night. Hold on.
I didn't grow up. I lived with my mama, but I wasn't around my.
What? You around your mama. You lived with your mama. You wasn't around your mama. You was outside. Yo, I can't. Hold on.
getting beat up. I was getting in fights. I was shooting at folks. I was selling crack. I was getting jumped. I was getting, all kinds of stuff. The negatives and the positives. All kinds of stuff.
I found the problem. He was out there trying to trap as a young man, and he was getting beat up. This is his words, not mine. And he was getting beat up. The older bulls, as he could call them boys, but the older bulls was taking his packs, and he couldn't do nothing to get it back. He ain't had no team with mama still. He lived with mama still, but he was outside selling crack at 12. It was just like a whole lot of self negativity going on. I mean, anything that he wanted, he could have just made it go away because he's still living at home with his mom. You know what I'm saying? Something they can't. You don't get to turn it off. You don't sleep on with your mama. You got issues. Niggas is coming to your mama house. At best, at best. So we hope I live with our mamas if we out there doing that kind of stuff. Only real niggas know when you know you know. But saying those type of statements, I just smashed it, smashed Goofy. But saying things like attaching yourself, so I tell you, they tug at your insecurity. Oh, I ran the streets and I was out there selling drugs and shooting people and getting beat up. Like all of that is to get some sort of credit. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of pass so we can talk about certain things, and there's no masculinity in that. None. So when individual, those that at you like, yo, oh, listen, I did that, credibility, trying to get some, and we should not give you. You don't get none if you don't understand the dynamics of Remy Ma and Pa. They got together, and why they're more likely to get together than any other people. They both rap. They both had mediocre rap careers that took off. They both was on the grind. Like I'm not understanding why those two people shouldn't be together. I mean, thanks to the Queen bringing that to the forefront. I don't understand why they shouldn't have been together. I know should have been together, and co-defendant up here committing this crime. Marriage doesn't affect, but defamation and slander does.
Stealing cars, I actually when we first learned how to drive. No, before we learned how to drive, it was somebody's uncle that would let us. Back in the day, it was these car chase movies that was always on TV, and the guy would jump on the front of the car, and the car be driving, and the person would be on the front of the car trying to stop the person from getting.
I'm done, y'all. I'm not going to do it. I can't hear him no more. I can't. I just want you to hear from that it was food was about. I thought it was pretty.
Chef, sorry to interrupt you. I don't know if it's just me, but you're borging.
Hello?
I'm here.
Am I still borging?
You're not now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, I'm done with old boy right here. We heard all we need to hear from him, Queen. And I just want people to know that when a person tries to define what masculinity is, you really gotta see where they coming from with it. You really gotta check their noodle, man. For real, for real. A lot of people are pushing the product.
I definitely
At the
agree
end of
with
the
you.
day,
Because
you heard what he said.
when it comes to Mr. Wetho, okay, people need to really, really pay attention. This dude's got issues. This dude's got issues where he needs to go to counseling and seek therapy because he's got This is what I think. I think he's got underlying resentment towards his mother because of his past. and the things that he was doing as a child. And sometimes as adults, we need to reparent ourselves because our parents may not have been the kind of parent that we needed at that time. At the same time, this is the same dude that claims to be a neuroscientist but never went to university to get the degree to be a neuroscientist, but sat with a neuroscience scientist for 4 years, was following this dude around having conversations and is trying to use this dude's research. This is the same dude that has more respect for Future, degenerate emotional ass, then has respect for Russell Wilson being a married man, but has vengeance in his heart towards Sierra, who is a married woman, and would prefer. I think there was I think I remember a clip on, I think it's Tonight's Conversation, where they were asking the panel of which he was on about who would you prefer your daughter to marry, Future or Russell. And I think, if I remember correctly, he was one of the degenerates that said Future. So it's like, this dude is all twisted. Ladies need to be very careful when you listen to dudes like this. Chef is right. He's selling women packages because he doesn't want to deal with real men. He doesn't want to deal with communicating and doing everything that needs to be done in the community. So he finds it easier to target women and make money out of women. This is the same dude that I've heard say during a debate how he basically, quote unquote, emotionally blackmailed a single mother that he was dating and weaponized her children to make her feel bad. So I don't really think, as far as I'm concerned, that this dude has any real good intentions for black women or the black community. He's a pest, and he's not a married man. And I agree with you when you said about would he go and say this to Papoose in his face, because we saw what happened when the other guy got out of line. And as far as I'm aware, New York is a different animal. Okay. So if you want to play with people in New York like that, then go ahead. But I doubt he'll ever really pull up.
Yeah, I'm doubting that too. You know, um, it's all good. It's all funny games until somebody get hurt. I'm not wishing nobody to get hurt. I'm just wishing people just stop being the breeding grounds for characters with unsavory characteristics. I mean, when they show you who they are, we should disengage. It doesn't take masculinity to know that. Uh, it's just pure common sense to know that this guy is pushing a product, and that's his safety net. He can always say that. He can always That's his out, because we do know that he wants to rub elbows with these people. Because we know that that's a lot of these people tactics to get in the end is to talk about them, to be relevant. That's the tactic. That's the blueprint that they're following. And I'm not against how anybody finds their way. You know what I'm saying? But I am against things that are beautiful being destroyed by things that are ugly. You know, and lies are ugly. Lies and slander, defamation of character, propaganda has always been a tactic used for divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? To make us feel like we need to be better than one another. When I've described many a times that we're pretty much the same. When it comes to um, our upbringings, the DNA is the DNA, but characteristic and mannerisms and how we go about things, and how we handle business and how we proceed, and our brainstorming and our abilities to invent and create and provide protection. All of those things are with with engagement, not with disengagement. Disengagement again is divide and conquer when you slander and defame, you know, the people that you're like. And the craziest thing is you're only harming yourself, because the same they have to have an example to use to move forward. So to bring it to the surface level, when they do court cases, they use prior court cases to lay judgment on court cases in the future. So you'll always hear them say reference to another court case where the person got free from such and such crime, reference such and such versus the state of Nebraska or wherever the crime took place at. That's in reference to those cases and how it was handled from the present to and now being used in the future. So there's examples of that successfully, and we still don't do that with ourselves, with each other. We still don't do that with each other. We set traps. So that's my final thought on I'm just a man and what is masculinity. That's my final thought on food for thoughts. If there's anything else you like to say, Queen, you got the floor right now. Beautiful. You there?
Yeah, sorry about that, chef. It's morning here, so
You
school
good?
run and all that kind of thing. But yeah, obviously I don't know whether Remy's cheated or not. I just want to see the best for black couples that are together. It's up to them if there has been a cheatation in the relationship, if they want to work it out or not. They've got a family that's caught up in the middle of it. And at the same time, even if it is a case that Remy cheated, if Papoose decides that he wants to protect um, Remy while they're going through a divorce, that's his prerogative. It's his wife. He's the one that's legally bound to her, and over the last how many years, there's been how many attacks on her. So I could see why he can be potentially protective of her in different ways, as well as that's the mother of his child. So they've got a family together in the midst of this. So if it ends up in divorce, I hope that they can work things out in terms of um, co-parenting. Do you get what I mean? If they're able to go to counseling and work it out, then fair enough. Because although, you know, in this space, it gets very, very contradictory, and there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to guys cheating and how women should stay in that relationship. And then the opposite is expected when it comes to men, when there are, in fact, some men that have been cheated on in relationships that choose to stay in that marriage, stay in that relationship. And, sometimes they don't share that information and they're able to go on and repair the relationship. At the end of the day, they're the two grown people in this marriage. Do you get what I mean?
I
So
do.
whichever way they decide to go with it, do you get what I mean? I wish them all the best.
No doubt, Queen. That was great. That was a great final thought. It's much appreciated. You heard? I'm glad you came over here and you was on your New York shit with this New Yorker. by way of Long Island. You know what I'm saying? I was in the building.
No problem, chef. Listen, I've got to drop down, but thank you for having me, and I've enjoyed the conversation.
No doubt.
And yeah, people do need to challenge Mr. Wetho's rhetoric in this space, because he talks a lot of nonsense as far as I'm concerned. There's sprinkles of truth in there, but there's a lot of hypocrisy, contradiction mixed in with lies and other things.
Hmm. No doubt. No doubt. I appreciate you. I appreciate your opinion. We all come and enjoy the conversation. Let's give credence to the Queen for coming up and giving her opinion. Bravo! Yay! We appreciate you all the time. Salute. That's someone I support on this platform. Great YouTuber. Got some awesome content. some enlightenment, relaxation. Um, Especially women, you can just go be yourself. You want to be yourself and not have no restrictions. Queen Cascade has a platform, just for that. Salute for her and her contribution to the culture and the community. For real, for real. Definitely give credence to that. Salute. I always appreciate when people come up. Um, I'm glad I came on. I'm glad I had the conversation. I'm actually happy I came across the content that was controversial and triggering for me, so that I can have the conversation and add my little 2 cents to it. You know what I'm saying? Much obliged to the content creators that are out here creating content that we can review, good or bad. Um, Much appreciated. I'm gonna continue to do my stuff. All the cooking and everything. Man, it's gonna be some great videos coming up for the holidays. New Year's is right around the corner. I like to thank everybody for all the support, all the best wishes and stuff like that. And I continue to return the favor on wishing you nothing but the best for you and yours. Um, just be careful of what you get, what you allow to be a part of your everyday regimen. Some stuff you listen to it and you keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. It's something you heard. And it's something you give more credence to because it might touch home. And it's something that's dear to you, near and dear to you. But when a person intentionally tugs at your insecurities to push a product, I just and they use tactics like slander, innuendos, um, defamation of character, things like that. I just think that that's not good. That's my opinion on that. Lifetime is treated like a game of chess, when life is not a game. Like life is not a game. There's a cancer community where they'll just cancel you. There's a Me Too community where they'll just say you did it by the numbers. Let's not help them out with the rhetoric on your own kind. Let's refrain from those type of things. Don't get you nowhere fast. You know? Love. And I'm
Yeah. Whoa. Let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Hold up. Shit, rockin' the Yankee City. New York is shit.
Yo, New York, we here.
Nigga, hold up. Let me talk my shit. Hold up. Let me talk my shit. Rockin' the Yankee cap like New York is shit. Hold up. Bitch, nigga, hold up. Let me talk my shit. Yeah. You're all barking. My heart's filled with frostbite. I couldn't see a blind man. I'm lost sight. Slide off. I'm knocking off this off-white. I can't kick it. This shit I'm realistic. It sounds simplistic. Check its characteristics. Fucking with the bread. We knocking off biscuits. Work every penny. My niggas ready to risk it. I gotta ask a nigga. I'm not about to want to keep it. Nigga, you can't. My shit, excuse me, You the reason we all suffer. Cause niggas, politics, you the reason we lie. Let me talk my shit. Soon as a nigga go home, that's when it all forfeit. Hold on. This nigga home. Let me talk shit. Hold on. Talk my shit. Rocket Yankee. New fucking shit. Hold on. This nigga, hold on. Let me talk my shit. Hold on. Yeah, Rocket Yankee. Like New York. Bitch, nigga, hold up. Stories. I got war stories. More than maybe 380 and took it to war stories. 100 and flipped it to more stories. I did this mixtape on the fuck. I retract me, niggas. I never met. Quick to go, especially cause I got a sicker flow. I'm a 7-figure nigga like a nigga. Hold up. Let's go, my shit, rock. Damn, like around faster than a boss again. I swear to God, I wouldn't take another loss of shit. Break out. Let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Hold up. Let me talk my shit. Rockin' the Yankee, fit a cab like New York. Hold up. Let me talk my shit. Hold up. Let me talk my shit. Rockin' the Yankee, fit a cab like New York. Hold up. Bitch, nigga, hold up. Let me talk my shit.
Peace and love, spread love, not hate. It's your boy Chef Disaster 3.0, and you already know what it is. Smash that like button. We out. What's up?